This is Mindustry on the Eviction server. I joined this game late and several of the masters are playing. But they just did a bunch of dumb, goofy stuff the whole time, so I'm gonna turn this into a gag reel. Let's see, so Green and Dis are on one team, and Tree and Wheat are in the other. And this little snippet this is what's gonna happen the whole time. Green's got unit production and garbage defense. Tree and Wheat have good defense and garbage unit production. So it's going to be Green making armies going against Wheat's forts the whole time. And Green's going to do the things that only he does, like constantly rally armying even. So, go to the right. Make that army go to the right and win the game. Do that. But he can't. The only thing he can do is rally attacks. He can't resist any opportunity to rally attack. That's the strongest fort on the whole map for Wheat and Tree. And he can't resist attacking it because he could rally draw that army across. There it goes. Alright. Goodbye quads. Goodbye Zeniths. Nice knowing you. They're gone. He couldn't not rally. He couldn't. Just regular attack. Just go to the right. Here's Tree and Wheat's base. There's not much going on. This is like 20, 25, 30 minutes into the game. Where's his unit production? What's he doing? Oh, I was on FaceTime. Okay, well. Why are you putting any energy at all if you had a dumb start? So the map looks more interesting than the game actually is. It looks like a three-way. I'm not sure what Crisis is doing. He's kind of checked out. Two Cyclones. Not going to stop this. You waste some blast. I didn't need that blast anyway. Normally, you wouldn't want to rally your army within the range of forts shooting at it, but that doesn't matter. There's only two Cyclones. See? Yeah, okay. Green, up top there. That would be a good place to put a nice safe fort. You wouldn't want them to attack there when they eventually do get units, eventually. I'm pretty sure Green's mentality is defending with units instead of building forts. Which, okay, sure. That works for one tile. And that works if you don't attack. And after you attack and lose a bunch of units, then you don't have defense there anymore. Oh, come on, finish it off. Come on. It deserves to die. Beat this beat. Take this land to build Zenith factories. I hate this tile. 10 Cyclones and Zenith factories directly on your border. What are you doing? And one unloader feeding into all of them with the belt that snakes around the front. Versus the turtle, which is polys and megas and the forts. Nothing going on down here. It's free real estate. Daggers and crawlers. That's all you need. No other stuff. Half a fort, half a power plant. An actual fort. Yeah. What's that, like 15, 12 menders? Dome. Wheat building the density, doing the infill. Wheat is a yes in my backyard, definitely. Poly ritual. The poly summon the fort. teamwork, huh? One of them can build forts and the other can build units. Something I haven't gotten a chance to talk in one of these videos about is about the invites. So on the old assimilation server, there was a thing where if you kill someone, they go onto your team. Which I hated because I kept losing games by killing noobs and not noticing and not setting them to bot. So on this server, the way that I set it up is when you kill someone, they go to the fallen team, not your team. And then if you want them on your team, then you can invite them with the invite command. So you can choose to take, fight that fort. And those back shields are, not quite. So he's got no army left, so none of that unit defense. But this this comes all right back. Probably just rebuild all of it. That's probably expensive. They're having a slog of it. So with the air units and trying to go around to the north here, that's a really tough angle. They're gonna want to go to those forts. Go around the bottom. Go around the bottom. Tunnel vision or something. Paid a whole army to kill that fort and can't follow up with it. Like, does that even have anything with ammo in it yet? No, that's totally vulnerable. Attack that again. We're down here. Look, these will crack right open with half of that. Who needs forts? Just have megas. Green should have megas. He doesn't want to build forts. They'll, keep cores alive and shoot at stuff that's going for it. So Green's built up a nice big army here, and he's gonna waste it on one of the real forts instead of going to the weak spot. You know he's gonna do it. What's gonna happen? Just go down there. Send all of it down there. That'll work. They'll get there before we can finish up the fort wall. Nope. Okay. Oh. Tree and wheat are making units now. That might get something done. Will this get something done? And kill a lot of army. Dead army. Dead army. That's it. Ugh. Router chain cyclones. Router chain cyclones. Yeah. Look at the phase. Tree and wheat build so many forts that eat like a full belt of phase that they're out of phase. So all their economy is going to get stuck because they don't have phase running their domes. And all their forts are 30% efficiency because they can't put phase into any of the members of the domes. Sad. They'll keep building phase factories the whole rest of the game and never make up for that deficit. Oh, okay, yeah. That's a good idea. Let's do that. Let's not go at the forts. Go to the weak spot. Do that. Polys take a core. Sure. That's fine. 3 command centers. Easy clap. Let's go. Donk. Kill some polys while you're at it. Sure, sure. Finish off more stuff while you're there. Just keep going. Tree and Wheat, cooperation, breaking down. Wheat is a terrible teammate. I've tried to be a teammate with him before, he just runs me out of resources. Doesn't even have belts. Yeah. Router chain. Green will router chain you to death, you absolute noobs. And he will kill your polys with it. Killing your polys with the router chain. Hey, let's take out the small amount of defenses. Okay, well, here comes a fort. This is giving green a fort. It's big, and it's building fast. They must have a lot of money. A lot of bank saved up to build that fast. It needs units though. Those forts need big armies, and the faster you make them, churn through that. Here's some units. Should we put a fort here? No, no. Fortresses. How about that? This is the nice thing about adding in ground units. Is you can junction walls actually control them, despite also controlling your air army separately with the command centers. If you give it power. If you don't give it power, you get nothing out of there. Somehow the unit defense pulls it off. All the tree and wheat have to do is attack more than one spot at a time. Bring up 2 rally command centers and then go. Alright, bye crawlers. See you later. I didn't want those anyway. I need to clear up the unit cap for... Oh, apparently that's not how unit cap works, eh? Supply. They're out of supply because it's full of crawlers. What game are we playing again? Rally draw, and it works. Forward progress, and then I didn't want the rest of that. The veterans of the Great Fort take, kill them all. We don't want to pay for healthcare for those dudes. No. They got trauma from crashing on the core and blowing it up. Mental health care. It's expensive. Just send them into the next fort, get rid of them. Make fresh ones, make green ones. With clear minds until they get to go die on their own next fort. Router chain again? Router chain and phase walls. That's all you really need. Well, phase would be nice. Not being out of phase fabric. That would help. It's not even connected to power. Well, it's neat how we're at like a 50-50 split on the territory here. Green playing general, and just doing economy behind it. Wheat doing his infill and his forts. Who knows what tree is probably just trying to fill in the gaps of what's constantly missing. Tree and wheat do not have well-defined roles on their team. Lots of polys though. We don't need military, we've got polys. Send the peons, send the workers, send the villagers. They'll take care of it. With the pickaxe. This one, that's not big enough. That ain't gonna work. Oh, very close. Didn't work. That phase that would have held better. It all comes right back. Ooh, copper walls. That's some flares. Ooh, here's the fortresses. How many are in there? Who knows? Enough to cast a big weird shadow. Is this some weird interface thing that says fortresses are here? No, they just stand and stack on each other. I don't know how many of those you need to get something done. Maybe you want to take out a fort and then let them out? So now that the fort wall is complete, even without phase, it takes a big blob to make any forward progress. Oh, and recapturing ground that was once lost because green can't be arsed to build a real defense. And that's another army he needs. Each one of these forts is going to take a whole army to get rid of. Unless he also runs them out of surge. But he doesn't play that way. He never does that. And that'll die. And kill the army. Like, there's another thing not to like about using army for defense, is if you lose, you also are going to lose half your army from the core explosion. Everybody sit on top of it and fight over it over and over. Oh! And the polys remember, we used to own this. This used to be ours. Put the fort there. We have the cash to build it. Flares are the counter to this. Like, all those garbage defenses will run out a single surge belt for the flares. And then they'll chip away at the core. One spam, best spam. Putting up tsunamis to try and push the quads away from the core. Saving up another army. We get another fort with that. That ought to work. Oh, the reinforcement did not come in time. Get it, get it, get it. And then go to the right. All you gotta do is make them go to the right. Maybe, where'd those oh yeah, the fortresses, they're gone. You don't have those fortresses anymore. Make some T1 spam, send it to the right. How about that? You would like to go to the right, but you can't. There are no power plants over there. Go down. Go to the right. What? Can crawlers kill a quad? That would be a thing. Stand off. Tree and wheat haven't filled up their half of the map. Green's economy slave mostly has. They have a big fun thorium reactor array in their south, 2 of them that are massive, like 40 reactor scams. Plenty of surplus power. Plenty of surplus everything on their side. Tree and wheat are poor. They have no face. That's a good attack. That should work. Well, not on the left there. That sucks. Oh, but you move the army out, and it's not defending anymore. And then that happens. The polys will show up, and poof, rebuild. Yeah, that wasn't a strong one. That was the weakest one in the line. That's unfinished. The line is complete. Now we have a perfect 50-50 split of the map. Green's unit production can't make armies fast enough to die on forts and take back and forth and eventually not lose. So tree and wheat have closed the gap on unit production. Yeah, anywhere green goes with that can be followed by tree's army. And then just take back the thing before he builds any defense up in it. Before the 4 cyclones in a router chain appear. This will be big. Zoom in. That's... Boom. Hit it, cut through it. And progress. Now don't lose the whole rest of your army. Alright, here comes the reinforcements. They're trying. Oh, they're bombed. There's meat. There it is. You just gotta get to it. Yeah. Some phase walls. Are some phase walls good enough? Looks like no. What is even going on here? Ah, okay. The flares are in the backfield. T1 flares flying past all the non-forts have cut off some of the back stuff in green. And that's what you get for not building real defenses. Flares. Dagger in the back. Well, not a dagger. Switch names so that wordplay works better. At least none of the real sizable power plants are up there. He still has power. He just needs to reconnect that stuff, and he needs some ground units to go recapture those. And the polys to rebuild. He held on to his fort spot. Now the quad ought to just go over it. Power shortage. That's a tiny little shield that can't quite reach what it needs to. And the fort comes back. How's rebuilding progress? From the terrible fort gutting. Flares. Not one step back. Oh, just go back and forth. Ooh. You want to connect that stuff. They're doomed. Clearly. Not building forts. A fatal mistake. Looks like they don't have phase either. Whoops. Well, you don't build nothing, you don't have nothing. Yeah, put sand in that dome. That's what you want. Sandy dome. Are there blown up reactor skeletons around or something? What's going on with this? Oh, they're in there. Wacky Wild Quad in the backfield. Yo. It's headed for the power plant. No. Just turn right. Turn right. Destroy it all. No, further. No, don't go between them. Don't go between them. Just go up or down. Turn in. No. Oh, you're so bad. Oh, the sad irony that a major part of the balancing of this setup is how bad the unit AI is by default. It's the end! And then the end is bugged because there were 2 players left and, oh, I don't want to bother to fix that. How often could that happen? Whatever. We're done. That was dumb.